Welcome to my video. So if you are doing the eyeliner, this is the video you need to definitely see. With eyeliner, as you know, there are many risks of the migrations and overall just mistakes. So I will try to guide you how to work on capillary eyelids and what you should definitely avoid. So my name is Veronika Fleischer. I am the owner of Fleischer Academy of Permanent Makeup, and I will give you some education for free. So stay tuned until the end of the video, where I will share also some important tips of how to choose your clients and what clients to avoid. So let's start talking about the capillaries. I prepared some examples of the high-risk capillaries, as you can see in this picture. Those capillaries are really tricky because they are big and they are really right under the surface, and it's really easy to burst them. And that basically means the complications. So those capillaries are highly risked, and you should avoid to tattoo on the eyelids with such capillaries. On the other hand, those capillaries are just normal. Everyone has them. So if you see capillaries like that, don't stress out. It is definitely something you can work on, but remember, you should always have really soft hands. Here I have another example of another type of capillaries, and maybe you are thinking now that those types of capillaries are risky as well, because they are very visible, they are right under the surface of the skin, so it's actually really easy to burst them with the needle. But as you can see on this picture, the client is young, the skin is still tight, so I do shading of those capillaries, but I am really gentle with my pressure, and I am trying to be very precise. So this is really important, but it's definitely something you can do. If you are not sure with your pressure, or you are just a beginner, so you can always say no and avoid these clients, but this is definitely something you can work on. So when you start to work on those eyelids, you have to read the skin. You have to see the reaction and adjust your work. And even sometimes you need to finish your work before you even start, because the capillaries are just not basically in a good state. So at the end of the video, I will share with you how to read the capillaries and how to avoid problematic clients. So here you can see on the picture some micro trauma that is caused by bursting of the small capillaries. Those are basically like a little tiny red dots. Here you can see it's a micro lens picture, so it seems like a little bigger, but if you see it with your eye, it's really like a little tiny red dot, and this is just a warning from the skin that tells you basically be careful, because those capillaries are fragile and your pressure should be also very soft, very gentle. On the other hand, you can have also this type of reaction. This is definitely something you don't want. This is like a huge trauma. That means that the capillary bursted a lot and there is a bruise inside of the skin, and you just need to finish the work, because this condition is really serious, and if you continue with your work, you will have migrations, which is something you really don't want. So please, if you see that reaction in the skin, just finish the work. Don't continue, that's it. There's nothing you can do for that client. And if you already put there some pigments, just schedule for the removal, because this type of client is not actually suitable for getting eyeliner. And here you can see some examples of very sensitive skin. Sometimes we also have those types of clients, and let me tell you, the work on these eyelids are very problematic. It is just really difficult. So if you are a beginner or you don't feel like you can do it, you can also decline this type of client or this kind of sensitive skin. And since we are talking about the migrations, let me show you some of the pictures of the migration. The migration is basically the particles of the pigments moving inside of the skin to the places where we don't want them. So why the migration is happening? There are a few reasons why always migrations happen. First of all, it's deep work. So when you do the eyeliner, you always make sure that you have really gentle pressure. Second of all, it's a wrong technique. So for example, if you are using the dot technique and you make dots instead of shading, this is also inappropriate technique for the shading eyeliner, because with that kind of movement you will always go too deep. You will never have a power of that depth of the individual dots. So it's really, really tricky, and in many cases you will just go deep because the skin on the eyelids, it's very thin and you just never know in which kind of layer you are. So I do not recommend the dot technique. That can also cause the migration. Another thing is when you work in the dangerous zones, which is inside and on the outside, you never go right to the corners because those are dangerous zones and they are really risky for migration as well. So those places you should definitely avoid. Sometimes when you are working on the capillaries and you are trying to be gentle as much as possible, one capillary will just take in some color. What can you do in those cases? Here I have a little video what to do. So you just basically take the Q-tip, make it wet, and push the color out in the direction to the lashes. So it means from up to down, from the capillary down to the lashes. So this you must do right away. So if you see that the capillary turn black or blackish, just put away your machine, take the Q-tip and just push it out. You can save this work, but you need to do it right away. Don't leave it like it is, just do it right away. So this is my number one tip. And the second tip that I wanted to share with you is about how to properly choose your client. So when your client will come for eyeliner procedure, just look at the capillaries. And I don't mean just on the eyelids. Look everywhere in the face. Look here. If you see that those capillaries are red and bursted, it means like overall inside of the skin, they are already in a bad shape. So in those types of clients, avoid to do the shaded eyeliner because those are high risk clients and you would definitely have migrations. So guys, I wish you luck with all of your eyeliners. And if you have any troubles, let me know and I will make a video or try to help you with the comments. So please leave a comment and thank you.